All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. I'm back in the corner, man. Um, First video back in the corner in a little while, but hope everybody's having a great Monday. It's Monday. Get off to a great start in the week. So y'all know what's about to happen, man. We're about to talk about these Los Angeles Lakers versus the New York Knicks, and it was a good game, man. It was definitely a good game. If you're a Laker fan, it probably wasn't that good for you, like it wasn't for me. But overall, man, when you look at this game, you look at both teams. You saw the real difference here. So let's just talk about these Los Angeles Lakers first, man. This final score was 96 to 111. It was so many things I just didn't get in this game. It's like I don't know if they were kind of riding how the Nets win or something like that, but I felt like you got to get back. You got to put that aside, man. You got to get back to the grind. One of the things that stood out with me is I'm looking to see if Andre Drummond is on some type of minute restriction or there's some type he's still lingering from the injury or something, because I don't understand the way they're playing. He played the least minute out of all the starters. He only played 25 minutes, and when he wasn't in there, it was a different. Marc Gasol did get in, and he had 3 points. Played well for those 5 minutes that he played, but for the most part, they decided to go with a much smaller lineup, which innately, in my opinion, gave a guy like Taj Gibson the ability to just impact the game crazy. You look at the putbacks, the tip-ins, and all of that. That's where a lot of their points came from. Was from like tip backs and stuff like that, especially in the early going in this game. Now, that's hustle. That's hustle. That's putting in the work. That's outworking your opponent. That's playing hard. And if you know anything about a Tom Thibodeau team, they're going to work. They're going to try to outplay you. They're going to try to outwork you, and they're going to play good defense. The offense part will come, but that's exactly what they did. It felt like they were the first to the ball tonight. It felt like when there was a loose ball, they were scrambling. When there was any 50-50 balls, it's like it was going to them. At some points in this game, you're like, is they night? Is they night? When you look at the fact that one time the ball literally got stripped from Julius Randle, it bounced around some kind of way, and it back up in his hand, and he hit a quick shot for a buzzer beater. You was like, okay, what you gonna do with that? Like in some of these games, you realize it just. Sorry about that. It was just his night. It was just the Knicks' night. But at the same time, if you're a Laker fan, you're like, come on, man, we need that we need that play. We need someone to really hone in and just be aggressive. I've seen like Kyle Kuzma, man. And I know I talk about that guy a lot, but it's like he was a negative 26 tonight on plus and minus, and it was like his shot selection wasn't smart. Meaning, and I'm not saying by him taking bad shots. What I'm saying is he had layups that he would try to dish out. Get the two, put the two on the board. I get it. In today's NBA, everybody want to shoot threes. Everybody want to get the hot hand from three, and that's the new cool thing, the sexy thing, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not with that. If you got it for show two, old saying, don't end up trying to get, when you got something for show, don't end up trying to get some more. You're probably going to end up with a no. So, with that being said, do not give up 2 points because you think you can get it out to somebody who might hit a three. Take the two. So I was a little frustrated at that. Dennis Schroeder, looking at his numbers, he led him with 21 points. But it was some times in this game where it was like, and I get it. He's a point guard. He's going to have turnovers. But some of the turnovers just ticked me off because it was like, one, it was nobody around him, and he was just coming up the court, and I don't know what he's trying to do with the ball, but some kind of way, and it was towards the end of the half, some kind of way he threw it out of bounds behind his back. I'm like, who you throwing the ball to? Like, what are you doing? So Dennis Schroeder can be your favorite player or the player you hate the worst. You hate the most on this team. So, but anyway, I understand. Harold tonight, 0 points, man. 0 for 4. He had a couple lob opportunities that just wasn't falling for him. And I think he's one of those guys when it's not going, it can get in his head. And First of all, let me say that everybody's energy was off. I literally saw Andre Drummond walking. I was like, show you're not gonna beat a Tim Tebow coach team like that, walking. If it's one thing that ticked me off is when I watch a game, watch a team walking. Now let's talk about these Knicks, man. Julius Randle gave you 34 tonight. He was on. You know he had to get a little bit back at his old team, the team that let him go, the team that drafted him number 4. Was it number 4? I think it was number 4 that drafted him, right? Number 4, number 6, something like that. Anyway, he had 34 tonight. The guy balling. He was a beast. He had a double-double. 4 assists, 2 steals, 10 rebounds, 34 points. He was balling, man. You got to give it to him. Reggie Bullock hit some key threes, like in spurts that kind of helped stretch that lead out, and the Lakers were never able to catch up for him. So that's another Laker, Reggie Bullock. Remember they made the trade. We tried to get Reggie Bullock, and that's why they gave away Zubac to the Clippers. You know, if you guys remember that. Peyton was quietly very, very good in this game. He gave you 20 points on 9 of 12 shooting. Barrett didn't have a really good game. He really, really struggled in that first half. But Todd Gibson, to me, man, when you look at this game, you say, oh, he only had 8 points, but do we understand that he also had 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and all his tips and stuff came at perfect timing. Like he would get those offensive rebounds or those tip ins right when the Lakers feel like the Lakers about to take this thing over. He will have one of those plays. Derrick Rose, man, we know once the face of the NBA or the future of the NBA at one point. Injuries derailed a lot of that. But he had 14 points tonight. Doing Derrick Rose-like things, still getting to the hoop, still getting to the rim like you expect. You don't expect it the way it used to be, but he still got it, man. He's still balling. So I'm obviously a fan of D Rose because I want to see him do well. Just because I'm a fan of the game of basketball, and at one point he was the man after his MVP season. So all in all, man, what you got tonight was a New York Knicks team that outworked the Los Angeles Lakers. That simple. It's that simple. They outworked them. They played harder. They tried harder. There was no walking. They came with energy. And the Lakers lollygagged into that. I don't know who they thought they might be tonight, but that wasn't it, and that's not gonna get it. So hopefully they took this spanking and wake up and realize, all right, we got to come with better energy next game. The energy was just off. You seen it early. Like I said, you seen guys walking. You seen Knicks player hopping and popping, and you seen Lakers players like, okay, let's go. Here we go, guys. So that's never gonna get it done, man. In the NBA, that's definitely not gonna ever get it done. But hey, hopefully we can get this thing figured out and get back on the right track. Get back in the win column. And AD and LeBron, please come back. Hurry up. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you guys be great.